Hey everyone and welcome back. So got some new announcements from Scream Factory to make today, which I was not expecting. I knew announcements were coming, was not expecting them today, so definitely had to jump in and cover them because there are some exciting ones here. Plus I finally had my air conditioning unit looked at, so that is taken care of. So finally I can also get started on this room, but that's a whole other thing. So let's get to the Scream announcements for February. So first up we have two newer films. First one is a remake of Slumber Party Massacre, and that is coming February 1st, and it's from the director of the Banana Splits movie. It is going to have an audio commentary with the director, as well as an alternate ending in the trailer. Next up, coming February 8th, is the film Live or Let Die. It looks to be a zombie movie. Now, I have not seen either of these films. I haven't seen actually a lot of newer films, so if you've seen them, definitely let me know what you think. So getting into a couple of the older films now finally getting released. Coming also on February 8th is another Hammer film, and that is the film Paranoiac, starring Oliver Reed. And that's actually going to have a new 2K scan from The Inner Positive, as well as a new audio commentary track with film historian Bruce Hallenbeck, the making of Paranoiac, as well as the theatrical trailer. Nice to know the Hammer films are still coming. Next on February 15th is the film Lipstick from 1976, starring Margot Hemingway, Chris Sarandon, and Anne Bancroft. This is definitely a film I've heard about, but I've actually never seen, so happy that it's getting released. And before I get to the final Scream Factory releases, I actually do want to mention a Shout Factory release, part of their Shout Select line. One of my favorite films, one of my favorite comedies, and that is the movie Summer School. It's finally coming out on Blu-ray. So overdue. That is coming February 8th, and that is going to have porting over the commentary track that was on the DVD, as well as the featurette, the Summer School yearbook, and the theatrical trailer and a photo gallery. But it does have a brand new interview called School's In for Summer with actor Richard Stephen Horvitz. And again, that is coming out February 8th. Super happy about that one. And now we get to probably the three big Scream Factory. Well, two for sure. One of them I'm actually also excited about. But first up, I'm glad they made this announcement. And that is indeed, they finally officially announced the new 4K release of Joe Dante's The Howling. Now, when the Studio Canal version came out, it was sort of put out that Scream Factory was going to be releasing it as well. And luckily, we do now have the official announcement. And that is coming February 15th. It is actually going to be the same release as the Studio Canal one as far as the transfer goes, which is fine, because unlike some other Studio Canal releases, which sometimes can be a little iffy, their release of The Howling is really, really good. Great transfer. I couldn't see any compression issues, luckily. And that release is going to have a 4K disc as well as a Blu-ray. Now the Blu-ray is going to have most of the extras. So the 4K disc is porting over the commentary track that was on their original Blu-ray release. But all the other extras, which are also being ported over, are going to be on the Blu-ray, and the included Blu-ray will also have the new transfer on it. So fantastic news on that one, and I'm glad it is actually coming so soon. So for those of you who didn't want to import the Studio Canal one, luckily Scream Factory 1 will again be out in just over 2 months. And then finally, the last two for the Scream Factory 1 is the first up. I'm going to actually do them out of order because well, it makes sense. So first up, coming to Blu-ray, is the film Alligator 2: The Mutation on February 22nd. One that is long overdue, and extras will be announced at a later time. But the big one that a lot of us have been hoping for years, because it hasn't been out since DVD, which was a long time ago, and also on February 22nd, is the original Alligator, which is not only coming to be on Blu-ray, but it's going to be in 4K as well. And apparently Scream Factory has been working on this release for 3 years. So definitely putting a lot of work into it. It is going to be a 3-disc set, so it'll have obviously the 4K disc as well as 2 Blu-rays. And it says here the 4K UHD and the first Blu-ray will both feature the original theatrical cut of the film, and the additional Blu-ray will have the rare television version of the film with alternate scenes. Full details as far as extras go have not been released just yet. Those will be coming, but this is definitely a very exciting announcement. So long overdue, and not only am I happy it's coming out, but the fact that it's even going to get a 4K release is even much more exciting. So definitely a good sign for next year. And one final thing before I close out this video is I do have one little thing in regards to the upcoming release of Thriller: A Cruel Picture. As I mentioned in a previous video, there's going to be a Blu-ray release from Synapse, and then a 4K and Blu-ray release from Vinegar Syndrome due out maybe in May, I believe they said. So it's kind of a weird situation, but I definitely have been trying to find out some information on it. No one's really saying much. Someone who does work for another label did release this. Now, I'm not going to show them only because obviously I can't verify the information. They did post this in the Blu-ray.com message boards, and I did want to just sort of cover it real quick. Again, I'm still going to list this under rumor because, again, I can't say for sure whether or not this is accurate, but they posted, I have some inside knowledge of the Thriller situation since the company I work for was once in the running to license it from Vibeneus before we were priced out. Now, according to his profile, I believe he works for Mondo Macabro, but again, I can't verify that. Vinegar Syndrome has the legitimate North American rights to this film. Their edition will be definitive. If you like the film, wait for this edition. Synapse has no current rights to this film. I won't speculate as to what they were trying to do with this Blu-ray that comes from a 20-year-old HD transfer, but they haven't had rights to it since the 2000s. Yes, I know their DVD is still available, but this happens all the time with labels. I have a feeling that the Synapse version will be canceled, but I don't know that for sure. But this is definitely not a situation like what happened with Django and Arrow and Blue Underground. So what he's referencing there is with the Django film, Blue Underground has actually had the rights to Django, and I believe they may have them indefinitely for North America, and then Arrow got the rights from the distributor and they were given permission to also release it in the North American market, but so there was some sort of weird situation. Some of you know Django sort of like was announced and then got canceled, or actually no, actually released, because I actually still have the old Blu-ray of it before it got fully canceled, and then obviously something got worked out and they were able to actually re-release it, but it was like a weird thing that I think got tied up more so with the distributor, so it doesn't sound like that is the case here. Now, Synapse is not a company that, pulls a fast one or anything, so I don't know what's going on here. I mean, if there is true, though, that they're releasing a Blu-ray with a very old transfer, which doesn't sound like something Synapse would do, but I don't know. I don't know, it'd be interesting to see if either company actually says something officially on this. I'm sure somebody has to at some point, but I know a lot of us have sort of been trying to speculate on what the heck was going on here, so just wanted to mention that real quick. So I'm definitely super excited for the Scream Factory releases coming out in February, as well as Summer School from Shout Select, which I am super excited for as well, because that is one of my favorite comedies. So definitely let me know your thoughts, and as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.